From the Fox 10 Gulf Stream, this is Next Weather.
All right, here's what we're seeing out there as we take a look at our forecast, and we are looking at some changes as we go through the next couple of days on our high resolution futurecast. In fact, we're going to start over because I don't think this is on the right graphic. Might as well fix it now.
From the Fox 10 Gulf Stream, this is Next Weather.
Thanks for joining us here on Next Weather. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith, and we want to talk about the rainfall that fell today. And a lot of areas seeing at least something. I know we left a little bit to be desired in South Baldwin County and in West Mobile, but downtown, midtown Mobile getting rain. The areas from Spanish Fort northward here and also around Pensacola getting some beneficial rains today. And where you see the purple coloration out close to White House Forks Road, we picked up over 1.5 inches of rain there. So really good soaking in some areas. There are more chances in the days ahead. In the tropics, we're watching Hurricane Lee, Hurricane Margot, and another feature which will likely become Nigel in the next couple of days. We don't see any system coming in the Gulf of Mexico based on long-term model trends. And a very large eye and a very large wind field here with Lee. It's out over the open waters of the Atlantic and moving towards the northwest. And it looks like it'll be moving over areas with a little more shear and some cooler water temperatures, but it's holding together as a major hurricane this evening. 115 mile per hour category 3 with tropical storm force winds extending over 250 miles from the center. That is a monster storm. And it looks like some of those swells heading in towards the U.S. East Coast, specifically the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and then further to the north, we could get a direct hit from a hurricane in Maine and Nova Scotia by the weekend. A very fast moving track here, and that could be a big wave maker as well. Let's look at the wave heights in the Atlantic. And you can see with it being out here close to Bermuda, it'll really rock Bermuda with a lot of beach erosion, but also some big swells pushing in towards the Atlantic coast. And then this is where it could get really interesting here up into the Gulf of Maine and Nova Scotia with some big wave heights there. This could be a monster system for areas that to the north don't usually see that type of system. Futurecast tomorrow looks fine to start the day, but we are expecting scattered showers and thunderstorms again tomorrow afternoon like we saw today. Good shot at some of that rain. And looking at the next 5 days, our rain chances at 50% on your Wednesday, a little lower but still a chance Thursday and Friday. Scattered showers and storms as we get into Saturday and Sunday. So 5 days with at least some chance of rain every single day. Well, it can be hard to believe, but eventually fall will happen. And when it does, you need to prepare your lawn for the next season. Meteorologist Matt Barentine has some tips.
I know it's still pretty hot, but soon we will be moving into our fall season. And this past summer has done a number on our yards, burning up our grass. We really need to do some things to take care of it as we move into fall. First off, we need to mow it to the proper height, likely higher than what you typically do. And we need to aerate it. You can rent one of those machines, or you can take the pains of doing that manually. We also need to overseed with turf seed. This is the perfect time once the temperatures just start cooling off a little bit. This allows the seeds to germinate and then get those roots down before it turns too cold in the winter. Of course, while that seed is out there, you need to irrigate your lawn properly to make sure that it stays moist and that those seeds can germinate. Also, we need to remove weeds and apply fertilizer as we move from the summer into the fall. You follow all these tips and your yard will look a lot better after the winter ends and we get back into next spring. In Mobile, Matt Barentine, Fox 10 News.
All right, after some much needed rain returned to the Gulf Coast in places today, what about the temperatures though? We've had all that heat and it looks like we have some long range models that may finally show some changes. Michael?
Jason, I was thrilled that more spots saw some beneficial rain today. We still have a long way to go because those rain deficits were over half a foot in many spots, but at least some of you did get some beneficial showers, and more could possibly come later this week. But we got to get rid of this dreaded heat. You know, we had the weekend in the mid-90s, we had Monday in the mid-90s, and we'll go through and take a little sneak peek at what some of the modeling data shows, and that's what we use at Fox 10 to make our forecast. This is the QPF, the estimated rainfall totals over the next 7 days. This takes us all the way through next Monday. And the probability of dealing with rain locally, not really ideal. You're looking at rainfall coverage at about 1/2 of an inch total, maybe a little more, about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch on the Gulf Coast, but that is a 7-day average. Some of you deal with more than that, some of you less than that. The rainfall totals much more impressive over parts of the Florida Peninsula than they're going to be on the Florida Panhandle or the Alabama or Mississippi Gulf Coast, and the rainfall totals significantly drop off the farther north you travel, especially if you go north of US 84. So here's the surface map for tomorrow. You got the front that contributed to a higher shot for showers and storms in our area. You got Hurricane Lee. That's going to be east of the United States. Is still projected to fall between Bermuda and the U.S. mainland. That front, though, going to block it from hitting the east coast of the United States, so they are going to be breathing a sigh of relief. But as far as the bigger picture for the southeast in general, it has to do with the front. We'll zoom in a little tighter toward that, and that front is going to remain stalled tomorrow, close enough to bring us decent coverage of rain during the course of the day on Wednesday. The coverage will be between about 40 and 60%. Jason, of course, has been talking more about that, but hopefully you will get some rain again tomorrow if you did not see rain today. Even if you did see rain today, we still need more, and that's a good thing. But what about the temperatures? Well, this is the blend of models. This takes the GFS, the Euro, and all the models we use to look at temperatures and averages them out. This isn't exactly what we're going to go with in our official forecast, but it does show you an idea on what the general average of the models is going with. And all the way through almost the official start of fall, temperatures stay hot, low 90s, not as hot, clearly, as what we were dealing with through that brutal August or the first part of the month. And the morning temperatures will, although be humid tomorrow morning, will start easing down. The morning temperatures get into the upper 60s this weekend and into next week. And every degree makes an impact, and we're appreciative of that. But high temperatures, unfortunately, look to stay in the low 90s. Now, tomorrow is a special day at Fox 10 because we're going to do another bus stop forecast taping. If you watch me on Good Day Gulf Coast, you see us air the Jack's bus stop forecast twice a morning. You get to see all these kids on there showing you if it's going to be hot or cold or rainy or just beautiful. And if you want to be a part of that, you can. Just show up at the Fox 10 studios tomorrow, anytime between 3 and 6, and bring different outfits, one for a rainy day, a sunny day, a hot day, a chilly day. Just make sure that they are not green, because green is the color of the weather wall. Just make sure the colors of the outfits are not green, and we will record you, and we will get those on Good Day Gulf Coast. So parents, bring your kids to that. It is going to be a lot of fun, and we certainly look to have more kids in the rotation of Jack's Bus Stop Forecast. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I will be back on Good Day Gulf Coast bright and early tomorrow morning as we continue to update you on chances of rain, and hopefully more and more spots will get some of that drought-busting rain because we need it. Hope you have a good night. Jason?
Here, let's look at those rain chances, and it looks like the next 5 days are our best opportunities for rain. We're at 50% tomorrow, a 30% chance Thursday and Friday, 40% Saturday, and the daytime highs about what Michael was showing in that long-range model. We're not quite as hot early next week, and the overnight lows starting to trend a little better as well, and we're just patiently waiting for that first fall front. No sign of it over the next 7 days, but a little scattered rain is a step in the right direction.